Hey, what's up guys? This one is a challenge I set for myself in supporting 6 bases in less than 30 minutes. Let's dive right in. First, of course, orientation, positioning, which is always tilt. Saves room, prints better. You get the idea. Positioning, of course, like I said too, that's important. Just want to balance them out so the weight and pressure is equal. These are all roughly the same size, 40 millimeters each. I'll probably adjust them again once the supports are finished. And then of course lift. Oh, I like that. Excuse me. You usually go about 4. You can do 5. 4 is good enough. It's just a round disc. I mean, you can really stand it straight up on its edge if you want. Alright, island check as always. I'll worry about rafts later. Islands are always basic, but we're trying to do this quick, so I'm not going for accuracy at the start. Island supports are all basically going to be the same for each one of these bases. There might be 1 or 2 overhangs, small. And don't forget, when you have a bunch of objects on the plate, it is going to detect an island for each object that you have selected for the island search. So this is 6 objects, and what it's actually doing is it is going through each slice as the object is sliced, trying to figure out where overhangs and other objects that are going to island away from the object itself will happen. And you can do this both now and when you're done doing your main supporting. I prefer to check all the islands first, add my island supports, and then move on from there. Alright, once we wrap up the basic islands, we'll just connect all these island supports. Then we'll move on to the actual supporting. And again, like I said, these are 40 millimeter wide bases. And I want them to print in good quality. Every one of the prints that we sell comes with a base, so these are things that we tend to print a lot. And I'm not really orienting them to print a lot right now. This is actually just going to be a really sloppy supporting technique that I'm going to try using support painting and hoping that it works really well. By the time I actually have this video, these prints will have printed. And we'll find out how well they actually came out. For these bases, I'm going to actually do a mix of mediums and heavies. Right now I'm just doing mediums on the islands. Let's go ahead and get rid of the rest of the objects on the plate so we can just focus on one at a time. I'm going to walk through one, and then we're going to speed up through the rest because I don't want this to be the longest video I ever make. And as you can see with the painting, I'm not really being accurate, just kind of sloppily plopping them on there. This is a test. I want to see how loose I can be with this and still gain some accuracy and good prints. I think they're going to turn out just fine. We shall see. Now I'm going to add a heavy cross section towards the middle. We do create braces around most of the sections just for added stability. The braces do help a lot. The heavies will help pull the base away from the FEP. Those are going to be the anchors, and that they matter a lot. Oh, we can't really paint those. Alright, we're not going to paint those. Yeah, the interval needs to be a little wider if I want to paint those. I don't want to mess with that, so we're just going to place them manually. I don't normally paint heavies. I don't usually use the support painter that much, actually, so this is a first for me, using it like this. I do use it on small scale stuff and some bases, but I don't use it like this. This is kind of a experiment just to see how much I can get away with kind of being loose here. I'll make sure and post a comment on the video once the prints pop out, let you guys know how they came out. Now here I'm just kind of peppering in lights. This is filling in all the gaps that I didn't fill with other stuff. And this is pretty much the final stage of this. I might pop in a couple 2 manuals, just placements other than the painted placements. But for the most part, this base is done, and then we're gonna wrap up through the other ones. Now, I want to say this is a great way to fast support a bunch of stuff at the same time, especially bases if you're working on a bunch of material that's got a similar surface. Now I know there's a way to copy supporting and move them. I don't really like doing it. You have to reorient them and things like that. That I don't know. I found that I have problems with it when I use that feature personally. So this is a very interesting new method. The support painter's new. Just got released in one of their newer iterations. I think it was 4.09 or something. I think around 4.10. But the support painter was a new thing that they introduced, and it's a good tool. It does work for this. You get a lot of speed and some time saving utility kind of out of it. So I think it has its place. All right, the last little steps are going to be just ensuring that the contact points are solid and being supported. So I'm just going to cover each base, kind of look at each area that's being first contact, and then just make sure that there's enough supporting going on there. That's usually where bases will snap and fail right at the beginning, and then you just have like this field of supports growing out of the build plate staring at you, and you got to build it off, and it's terrible. For anybody that does 3D printing, y'all probably experienced this at least once, where you have a base that's just completely not there and there's nothing but support staring at you. Yeah, not what you want. Anyway, that's Alright guys, that is it for this time. As always, thanks so much for watching. Hope you liked the video. I was able to get through the 6 bases in about 29 minutes, so I did actually beat my 30-minute challenge. And I think they came out pretty well. The printing is actually done now that I'm recording this last bit of audio, and the bases look fine. I will post some pictures on my Instagram of the material after I get a chance to do that, but yeah, they came out good. So this method actually worked really well, and was a pretty quick and dirty method to get these done. So thanks again guys for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Hit that sub, like, and comment. As always, we appreciate it. See you real soon.